the big story, Donald Trump's trial. Donald Trump, in fact, has pleaded not guilty to 34 counts of felony. In fact, he was presented before the judge in the Manhattan court today. And after that, he has in fact left Manhattan for Florida. He will be addressing his supporters this morning.
What about the change of venue? Just answer this question about the change of venue. There's a lot.
It's premature.
Right.
Premature.
Right. So why is he talking about that? Why is he trying to move this to a place
so
like Staten Island?
Once again, we're three lawyers here to litigate and fight this case. We're not PR consultants. We're not social media consultants. Donald Trump has made one hell of a brand and became president of the United States with his social media and posts and everything else, his messages. We are here to talk about the case and litigate cases. We can't address what he posts or what he wants to post or did post.
But as his attorneys, have you told him to stop posting this rhetoric,
So
these
what I
messages
said
about
before
the judge?
was we can't, literally, we can't tell you what we've discussed with
No,
our
I
clients.
understand,
So
but are
that's
you
the answer.
concerned that he's continuing to
Not
go
concerned
after
at
the
all.
judge, talking about the judge's wife, talking about the family? I mean,
I don't think the judge was concerned about it.
Yeah, but any other defendant, wouldn't you be like...
Any other defendant wouldn't be here today.
On 34 felony counts of falsifying business records in the first degree. Under New York state law, it is a felony to falsify business records with intent to defraud and an intent to conceal another crime. That is exactly what this case is about. 34 false statements made to cover up other crimes. These are felony crimes in New York State, no matter who you are. We cannot and will not normalize serious criminal conduct. The defendant repeatedly made false statements on New York business records. He also caused others to make false statements.
Let me go across now to Namrata Brar for more details. Namrata, what are we expecting Donald Trump to say when he addresses his supporters this morning?
I think we've seen lots of indications in the run-up of this and even moments before we entered the Manhattan courtroom today, saying that it feels surreal. It's a witch hunt against him. He's using his old slogan, "Make America Great Again." And he's selling T-shirts with a mugshot of Donald Trump on his campaign page, saying this is going to be United States' next president in the 2024 elections. So a lot of obviously very strong statements are likely to come when Donald Trump speaks. But as of now, as we were playing out, we heard the Manhattan District Attorney's side of this case, of this extremely well-covered, globally sort of explosive case right now, saying that no person under American law is will not be tried, can be above the law. So you've heard the Manhattan District Attorney's side, and now we'll hear Donald Trump's side, which will say this is a witch hunt. It'll open a Pandora's box of potential lawsuits against every politician, whether it be from the Democratic side or whether it be Congress people to senators.
Namrata, some reports suggest that the next date of hearing is likely to be in December. That's almost half the year away. This seems like it's going to be a long-drawn process then.
Absolutely. The maximum sentence that he faces is about 136 years. So keep that in mind. He's been charged by 34 felony counts as we've been reporting, each of them with 4 years and a maximum sentence of 136. But what is also important to note is that none of these counts, these are business fraud felony counts, none of these can potentially even translate into a prison sentence. So keep that in mind. However, obviously, there will be a lot of scrutiny and coverage of this what is expected to be a long trial and a long court process. It also opens it up for many other states to begin this process. Yes, we've been saying it's unprecedented. New York Post right now is calling it unprecedented with the president's pun there. But essentially, this is the first of many that we expect other states to start with as well, including Donald Trump's role in the January 6th Capitol Hill riots, including his document concealment in Mar-a-Lago, as well as what he did in election interference in Georgia. So all those cases are likely to come across, and obviously this is going to be a news cycle which is going to keep both sides extremely active from both Republican and Democrats' platforms.
Namrata, with the kind of security that we were seeing in some of the vital spots in New York, is the city now heaving a sigh of relief that the events for today in Manhattan are over?
Yes, I do think there was a sense of anxiety which had built up, a somber mood here in New York City. I took the subway here and I could see faces which were unusually quiet coming here as well. The fact that you've got 36,000 New York Police Department personnel on the ground, this is unheard of in a city like New York, which has dealt with its share of disasters. You know, they say New York never stops for a moment, but it seemed today that the entire city had stopped. There were helicopters hovering around the Manhattan criminal courts. I could see from my vantage point snipers as well, including U.S. Marshals. The Secret Service, obviously, we know has been here, which is the first again in this unprecedented trial. So there has been a heightened sense of security build-up. There was also a fear that there could be potential protests which go out of control, as has been the case many a time. We know that Donald Trump himself called for death and destruction and showed pictures of him wielding a baseball bat at the Manhattan District Attorney. But we did not see a clash of that sort. We saw verbal exchanges, very strong verbal exchanges that I witnessed between the two camps, but not a full-blown encounter.